On my venture to Lowe's, I did want to try to get some potting mix. If you're starting to garden for the very first time, or if you're new to gardening, now would be the perfect time, since we missed the winter time for buying product, to start buying your potting mixes and soil retention items. So this is some a potting mix that I was able to pick up. It was $14.98 as the list price, but once I went to pay for it, it was actually $13.84. So, I was kind of pleased for that little bit of savings. Every little bit does count. I also picked up some Sharpies, which they had on sale for $2.39. That's the lowest price I've seen for Sharpies in some time. I also got some cocoa coir, simply because I already have some peat moss. And I was very fortunate that this nice young man helped me to put it into the car, because it's not like a little bag. It's 30.4 pounds. So I was having a little bit of a time trying to get it out of the shopping cart. But with a little help and people being as generous with their time and kindness, I was able to get it into my car. So go ahead and start picking up items. Even though you may be in a place where you don't have consistent warm weather yet, you will benefit by getting things as early as possible. One of the things that concerned me when I was out getting my product is the fact that I could not find any perlite. They had peat moss, they had the cocoa hair, the virgulite, but no perlite. And that's one of the things that I use often, because it can kind of decorate your yard with the little white specks and the rich dark soil. That really makes it look good outside, as well as being able to irrigate your soil. So I'm going to have to go online and see if I can find it as soon as possible, just to make sure that I have what I need for this year. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Go out and buy you some garden soil. If it's your first time or first year planting, because you have to get started because of our current environment as far as what's going on across the nation of the United States, and you know that you want to have food security, now's the time to start. I can't think of anybody who wouldn't want to have food security for them and their families. So go ahead and get out there and buy what you need. And I know you hear those roosters roostering in the background. And it's funny because all winter, I don't know if they couldn't contain them, because it gets so cold here, if they weren't willing to go out and bring them back to their coop or what have you. They actually built their coop from the bottom up. And I was so impressed and a little bit jealous. However, I don't get jealous often, but I was jealous of the fact that they have the tenacity to be able to handle chickens and get eggs. Of course, everybody knows about the prices of eggs. That's like a horse beaten. I shouldn't say that. That's like soil beaten many times. But they will be able to eventually get eggs. But I'll show you a quick clip of the chickens in my yard. Perfect cats. All around the place. I don't know why these chickens are all in my yard. It's like they hang around the door and they're coming to the car. They actually belong to my neighbors, and they've been out for a while. I'm not sure what's really going on. They need to put their chickens up. I'm glad I'm already in the car. It is just so nice to hear the sounds of spring. The roosters roostering and cock-a-doodle-dooing or whatever they do, the birds chirping. It's such an amazing sound. But I wanted to show you how I'm going to offset my purchase, which was $24.34. I'm going to wash my own car. And that's one of the things that we're going to need to start getting used to, if we haven't by now, is being able to do some work to offset what you're spending to allow you to save as much as you can. My thing is I'm going to do as much as I can to offset my garden purchases. And the thing that I'm going to do today is wash my own car. Now, a lot of people might say, wouldn't you have a better use of your time? I'm trying to get this, there we go. Wouldn't you have a better use of your time by just taking it to the car wash? Well, when I looked at the line at the car wash, I'll say no, simply because the line was so long and the amount of time that I would wait just to get to the car wash, I could possibly wash my own car, clean my windows, and just be totally done with it. And save myself from cleaning the inside and outside approximately $20. So that makes my $24 purchase only about $4 just by rolling up my own sleeves and getting busy. I'm telling you, this is good exercise. I've only got one side done and I'm already starting to break out in a sweat. And you know that the skin is the largest organ of our body. So to get rid of some of the toxins in the body, sweating is the way to go. See how fast I am? Don't laugh. Okay, everybody, how'd I do? Took me about 20 minutes, and voila, broke out in a little bit of a sweat. Woohoo! Oh, except for, I do want to show you how I'm getting started with my gardening ahead of time. So let's go inside for a moment. What I wanted to quickly show you is how to get a head start. If you love sweet potatoes the way I do, with all the vitamins and nutrients that they offer, I recommend that you go ahead and get those into some water, about 2/3 of the way dipped in water with the pointed side down. It's usually where the roots actually come from. And you'll want to put like 3 little toothpicks just to evenly have it submerged into the glass jar. So I did too, because after the little spouts start coming up, which are called slips, then you'll need to put the slips in water and then also allow them to root. There is another method where you can lay it in soil. You can look that up, or I'll talk about that at a later time. The other item that I like to get a head start as far as growing is onions. I just simply put them in a glass of water. As you can see, the stalks on top are what are edible. And you can just keep clipping them as you need to and have a continuous amount of onions. However, I do like the bulb part as well. So what I normally do is I allow them to keep growing and rooting. And as soon as it's warm enough, I drop them in the soil and I'll expand the bulb and still continue to eat off of the stem part, which is the most delicious part. A lot of people use only that. So that's another avenue. I've also started, as always, if you look at my channel, red onion. You will sacrifice about a third of your red onion, but it's well worth it. I just simply cut off the bottom, put the roots in water. You'll see a green stem that will come right up out of the middle. And I'll probably, as soon as the weather is stable, go ahead and put that in soil. Another item I'm getting a head start on with is lettuce. You just take about 2 inches of the lettuce that you purchase. Hopefully it is organic, and you'll start to see lettuce start growing right out of the center. I'll also go ahead and I'll put it in soil as soon as the weather's stable. Even though we're having 70-degree weather for these next 4 days, after that it's going to drop down to 50 for a few days, and the weather's going to slowly rise back up. Another thing I decided to do is I'm going to have me a little bonanza. I'm going to also do my seed starting. I'll be starting that very quickly, where I can sell seed starters. I'm going to use my driveway, and I'm also going to have some house plants. The ivy. This is another kind of ivy. I should have cleaned up this little ceramic plant pot. I don't know why it gets that decay on it, but it can be easily cleaned. And then my favorite plant in the whole wide world is the wandering Jew. I'm going to be taking cuttings off of it, putting it in water, and try to multiply it. So by June, I'll have my little bonanza and earn money that will take care of my rest of my garden expenses for the rest of the year. I'm here at Walmart, and I just wanted to let everyone know that if you're in the mood to grow fruit, they have fruit starter plants, bushes, and vines for $6.94, and Lowe's had them for $9.94. And they did not look as good as these. Grapes, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blackberries. Not only that, for under $4, you can get onion sets, seed potatoes, garlic, sweet potatoes, and asparagus. I also was very fortunate to meet Tina, who helped me pick out a blueberry bush. So I wanted to introduce her to you. Tell my viewers your name and what you do.
Gina.
This is Gina, and what do you do, Gina?
I make herbal medicine.
Oh.
Yes. My website is selfloveherbalcare.com. And I'm also a nurse.
My ears and my mouth were not working together, but you all go over there to Tina's website and support her business. She's a real kind and lovely person. Tina's information will be in the description area. Here at Walmart, just like at Lowe's and other stores, I have not been able to find any perlite. I'm not sure if it's due to the high tariffs or if it's in another country and they're just not sharing. Good luck finding perlite at your local stores.